Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Got some more Metaphor ReFantazio today. Just about to go to Altabury Heights. I still hate that name. Last time we left Virga Island. Also worked on some requests, worked on some bonds. Actually got a lot of stuff done, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, let's hang out with Hulkenberg because I want to get my wisdom up. It's still, in my opinion, probably the most important virtue I need to work on at this point. Murky Graveyard. Oh boy, can't wait to show this place to Malia, right? Copium. Are those skulls in the walls? You know, this kind of reminds me of? Anybody watch King Kong 2005, Peter Jackson? Remember that really disgusting scene in the bug tunnel thing? I remember watching it as a kid in the theater and I was like, are you kidding me? Always take more wisdom though, thank you very much. I'd say we're probably just past the halfway point for wisdom, so we're doing pretty well with it.
The seat of sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
Are we finally moving again?
Just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
Kinda creepy. Kinda creepy. Alrighty, Luis, I got you your Dracodios.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
I am called Euphazia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me?
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Fortin. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this. If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raze their village to the ground. The Caradrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
What?
Why are you surprised? At times, sacrifice is necessary to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now we need only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day Festival.
The whole event will be held over 2 days at the Opera House.
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing. Hope you're looking forward to it.
Main festivities start on the second day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that Sanctism is the highest authority.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
This is where Fortin dies. He and Sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Louise, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Fortin's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
Forfeit the competition? I don't want to forfeit.
It seems the land's past muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
Yufa, are you okay?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt? I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart. Now, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out.
Here's as good as any spot to make camp.
Why? That's worse than staying in the runner.
Then why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it's said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. My grandfather often said that until his generation, the only prominent building of the Sanctus Church was that opera house. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Alrighty, -5 degrees. Whew, that is pretty chilly, I have to say.
Alright.
Let's take a look at the map, shall we? Lun Lumo. So I guess this must be the third region, third town. Yeah, it looks kind of dreary, doesn't it? I mean, kind of makes sense for a wintry town, I suppose. Alright, so my popularity rank is 8, which means probably most people here recognize me, surely. It actually looks kind of cool. I don't know, I'm kind of like, I enjoy mountainous towns, and this kind of looks like one in a way, so. Got the buildings up there and everything, looking out over people. Probably gonna be like a big battle up by that thing if I had to guess. There's also a ring around us.
Yes, hello.
Hey, it's that Rudolph guy. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm surprised he's made it this far. He's kind of, I mean, he's kind of a dick, but he's probably pretty powerful. We'll have to face him eventually. Also, I'm starting to have a theory, by the way, about who our final party member is gonna be. It's kind of a spoiler, but there's a lineage tree called the Berserker, and I think the Berserker, I have to think of somebody who's kind of big. And when I think of somebody kind of big, I think of Basilio. So I think it's very possible that Del is gonna die again. It's all just, you know, theory. But I bet Del's gonna die in some type of situation where he's like protecting Juna or something. And Basilio's gonna watch it and get really pissed off, and he's just gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to work for Luis anymore, period. Actually, you know what? It's actually a really pretty city. Kind of reminds me of Dark Souls a bit. That one city in Dark Souls 3, that Ashen City. Always have like the most like inconspicuous, or I always have like the most mysterious game references that very few people probably ever get. Alrighty, so we found this magic shop. It's only open at nighttime. I'm actually surprised they're letting me buy anything. Doesn't look like anything's that different from the usual stuff though, sadly, so probably not exactly that much here for me. Doesn't look like it. Actually, I know I said it already, but I really like this city. I don't know, it has like a nice cozy vibe. Maybe it's because it's like, it's kind of cool outside right now. It's like 5 degrees Celsius, pretty chilly, so. It's kind of like role-playing, you know? Immersive role-playing. Alright, here's a little shop. This is the potions shop. Grumpy shopkeep. Bro, relax, alright? We have some items here. I doubt any of these are going to be anything actually good. That's fine. I think it's always good to appraise, just because, based on what I can see, you, what was I trying to say? Based on what I can see, you get more money for appraising what if you just sell the item. Oh, look at this. Cure any status ailment for one ally. I think what I'm gonna buy... I'll definitely buy some of these. These are just Dekaja and Dekunda. I really like these types of items because it means I don't have to have Dekaja in my skill tree. We're also selling some pretty nice... Media. It's pretty much Media. I mean, this is good, but we already have Stroll with Media. And it's pretty expensive at the same time. I think I'd rather do this, so... Oh, I see a gold beetle. Ah, thank you very much, gold beetle. Excellent. I'm gonna be on the lookout for those, but I'm not saying I've given up on finding every single one, but I feel like I've missed one at this point, and all the backtracking I would have to do to go find it's kind of a pain. Kind of the pain in the ass.
Really?
Alright, so we got some different types of armor here. 60,000 automatically increases defense at the start of battle. I mean, that's always good to have, but it's not actually that much better than the items I have currently. Automatically increases attack at start of battle. Okay, this would be good probably for Hulkenberg. It actually depends. It doesn't look like she has anything right now, so... I mean, increasing attack's always good. I wonder if this stacks, because Hulkenberg already has an attack stack. We have so much money at this point, I might as well just find out. Alrighty, got some weapons here. Moss Caliber, Duskfly Staff. Increased damage against undead type monsters. Here's the problem with this. See my staff currently, increased strength of all magic. That's just better than any of these. So it's not, I'm not really that tempted. Why is this 60,000? What the fuck? It doesn't even do anything. 60,000? 72,000? Some of these skills are expensive as hell. Or some of these items, I mean, are expensive. 200,000. Moving the beads generate an invigorating tone. This is for the merchant. I actually have wanted to do the merchant a bit. Just because I want to get some items and get some more money, but I'm not particularly tempted if this is going to be how much it's going to cost. I may come back when there's a discount, I think. That's the other crazy thing too. This is with the discount we get from Brigitte, because she gives a pretty hefty discount at this point, so that's kind of crazy. Alrighty, so we've been to all the shops. Who are you?
Well.
Julian? Julian, you don't have a sprite, bro, so you're obviously not that important. You're obviously not that relevant. Kind of reminds me of like Switzerland a bit, you know what I mean? It's got that Swiss Alp vibes, and it's got the same friendly people. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. I'm sure people from Switzerland are very nice. They probably are too. Haven't had the luxury of going, sadly, as much as I would like to.
What to do, little?
What's going on, Loveless?
Huh?
Wait, what? What did we do to you?
Oh.
Okay. I had a feeling we're probably gonna have to start facing some candidates, because we're in the nitty gritty of this game. It feels top 8. It's kind of like a reality TV show in a way. Alright, here's the inn. Pretty fancy, by the way. Very, very fancy. Let's see what you got for me.
Welcome. Wait. A band of youths with a knight and a Eugif. Are you perhaps the candidate who brought Joanna the Sanctoress to confess?
One glance and you knew. Listen,
I don't care if you did the deed or not, but please take your business elsewhere. I'm sorry, but I have my own reputation to think about.
You follow Sanctism's teachings?
You? A Mastari who wears no mask?
I'm Euphazia. I'm the priestess of Verga. No, of Etria.
The priestess? Impossible. The island priestess would never leave the village behind.
I have my reasons, but I wish to see the outside world that I might better protect our island. I have no proof, but...
You would raise another tribe to the throne.
'Tis a longer story than we've time to tell. We only wish to avoid a tyrant's reign. Yet 'tis not from our own ambition that I speak so. The throne belongs to one truly worthy.
But if you insist, we will leave.
It's just... You look so like the priestess before you, I can't just turn you away. Fine. You can stay here, as long as you don't make trouble for me.
Thank you. I suppose it is easier to understand each other without the masks in the way.
Not all of us mainland Mastari hate the Sanctus Church. We'd rather preserve the peace we have. And, well, it's a sorry excuse for an innkeep who turns away travelers.
Thank you. We're in your debt.
Oh, look, they've got food and booze here too. And it's so much cooler, which means fewer bugs. Perfect.
It seems they have an imitation of the island spring here. We can bathe. I should invite Juno when she's back.
Bathe? You'd be mad to hope a hot spring replica could take the edge off this chill.
Cold or not, there's nothing more refreshing than bathing. Would you care to join us?
What?
I should think not. For reasons too numerous to count.
Stop self-cucking us, Stroll. What are you talking about?
Why?
Anyway, strategy meeting. Let's get on with it.
So we seek to assassinate Luis. A difficult task. But you look to have an idea. Let's have it.
First, the when. Under normal circumstances, we'd want to get him on the move. Maybe walking through a crowd while he's got less guards. That would be the plan. But unfortunately, that'd only work if he was someone with common sense. Someone without combat ability. Or someone who'd want to avoid collateral damage. And that isn't Luis. Worst case, he uses civilians as shields while more of his personal guard catch up. And things go sideways before we can get it done.
But once he's inside the Opera House, he'll have a security detail at his beck and call. Even if we can sneak in, getting to him.
If we can't target him in transit, and we've practically zero chance of getting close to him, that leaves us with only one option.
We join his personal guard ourselves?
I considered that, but it might be tricky. We can't guarantee he'd allow it, and besides...
I don't think I ever get these right. These questions that Stroll asked. Even any type of operation, I always seem to get it wrong.
The real lance is overflowing with magla. It would be a dangerous gamble to keep it on hand. That sort of power is easily noticed.
Maybe if we use magic to attack him?
No, it's gotta be...
Okay, whatever. God. You guys are just tell me what it is, alright? You know, here's 3 options. Consistently choose the last one, alright?
We attack from a distance.
Exactly.
A bow and arrow isn't gonna do much good, right? It needs to be the lance.
Of course. So, what if we threw the lance? Pierced him through from a distance? Yufa, as the priestess, you can command the lance to return to you if it's far away, right?
You would have me use that power in reverse to cast it out instead.
According to Juna, the ceiling of the Opera House has a chandelier big enough to support a person. From above, we'll target Luis in the royal box seats.
You realize the entire audience is below that lighting? A stunt like that would get us noticed instantly. Wait, are you suggesting we do this during the show?
Luis will be distracted. It's the best opportunity we could ask for. Besides, with Yufa there, we can even recover the lance easily.
Hold a moment. I would need to launch it like an arrow. Such distance and such speed would require incredible focus. I don't think I could do it while aiming.
Then just concentrate on the sheer mental force of it. Someone else can take over the role of actually throwing.
This gambit is sounding more far-fetched by the moment. But we also can't afford to wait for another opportunity.
There is no other opportunity. Luis intends to kill Forden during the festival. That means if we do nothing, the fake will be exposed, and so will we.
Indeed. Once our betrayal is made plain, we will never find a way to draw close to him again. This will likely be our first and last opportunity.
But who's actually going to do the throwing?
I'd rather leave it to you. With the royal magic protecting you, it's less likely that we'll fail this, even with interference. And besides, laugh if you like. I know it sounds silly, but I really do believe you have the power to change fate itself.
Indeed. Everyone here knows that firsthand.
I feel the same. If I can trust you to do it, then I should be able to do my part as well.
Will you do it, Captain?
I'd always planned to.
I planned to from the beginning.
Right. I see. Well then. We're counting on you. On the day of, Juno will be at the venue ahead of us. We'll have her open the service entrance, and we'll infiltrate from there.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I want you to lure Luis's guards outside and cause a commotion while he's making the throw. I'm sure the Magnus brothers will be guarding the place too. Hulkenberg and I will secure the exit route in advance. Luis is a formidable foe. But we've overcome plenty of obstacles. Let's believe in the strength that got us this far. We can do this.
Know what's gonna happen? I can see it already. I'm gonna throw the lance, or Luis is gonna know or something, and then he's gonna be like, aha, nice try, Juna, or someone. It's gonna be something to do with Juna, because I know one of the Magnus brothers is joining us, okay? It has to be. It has to be one of them. I still think it's Basilio. Alrighty, what a room. God damn. It's like a suite. It's so big that there's 2 camera angles. That's a nice change from the usual crap we have to deal with. Alrighty, let's go to bed, I guess. Probably got this whole bed to myself. Wow, nice.
What's wrong, Del? You've been quiet for a while now.
That lance they handed over, you think it's real? Can't say for certain, but I didn't feel any magla flowing through it. Can't see it exactly, but how do I explain it?
I know what you mean, though.
The Mustari got them third eyes that can see magla, right? Hard to believe they'd worship that thing as a relic.
Then maybe... You think they made some kind of fake? Even in that short time on the island? Shite. How'd they... Either way, we have to tell Lord Luis.
No need. He'll have noticed by now, most likely. Not like they're any real threat to him anyway.
Most likely? That good enough for you, brother? Del. You remember they talked all that helping anyone in need? Something like that anyway. Seemed proper daft at first. Seemed naive to act like that kind of thinking could actually fix all the broken, cruel, unjust shite in the world.
That's because it can't.
Well, yeah, obviously, but... What was it we actually wanted in the first place? Equality? Or justice? This lot's working towards a future, and God help me, I started seeing it. Maybe what they're fighting for is something better than what Lord...
That's enough, Baz. Joke or not, you'll get yourself killed.
But them not even helped you out a few times, Del. That really impressed me, like... I don't know how to say it, but... It was like a feeling I haven't felt since we started working for the Count.
You know Lord Luis plans to take Forden out during the Saints' Day festival. Neither of us can afford to get distracted right now.
Suppose you're right. Things are about to get messy.
So that is the side they serve. Let us teach them that even the best laid plans will go awry. Whether Fordens or our fallen kings. It was splendid entertainment while it lasted. However, the revelry ends here.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The Saints' Day festivities in Altabury will be kicking off very soon. On the eve of the festival, we'll be holding a dedication ceremony. On the church's authority, we'll be offering the gathered divine relics to God! And it sounds like the candidates had a tough time this go-around. Lots of new info coming in even as I speak. From candidate Rudolph, a legendary nail thought lost to history. From candidate Julian, can you believe it? Cloth garb said to have been worn by a saint. We've got artifacts of all kinds pulled from obscurity into the public eye. Archaeologists everywhere are positively vibrating, folks. But the news on everyone's lips. is the announcement of Count Luis's unofficial participation. As a matter of fact, a candidate working under Luis has reportedly acquired a phenomenal divine relic from a mysterious and exotic island. Meanwhile, candidate Forden, too, may have claimed what is said to be the most glorious relic in history. Will we finally see a head-to-head competition between our top candidates? Only the coming days will tell.
So Luis has finally made his move. Won't take him that long to catch up, I bet.
Yes, but I also can't imagine Sanctifex Forden losing.
We're about to see a clash of giants. This will be no minor bout, that's for certain.
Right. That's everyone. Let's go over the plan one last time. First, infiltration. Juna's got full rights to be in the venue, so she'll unlock the service door for us to sneak in.
When it's time, I'll call the guards outside. That'll be your window to sneak in.
Gallica, you, and Yufa. You three will head to the rooftop, where you'll get down to the chandelier.
When I start my solo on stage, the lights will dim. That should be enough cover to hide whatever you're doing.
Don't worry, I'll be with you.
As for us, it's just as I explained last night. Luis said destroying Yufa's home would have been a necessary sacrifice. Like mine. If power's all he thinks will change the world, then we'll use power to stop him.
Should we fail, though we may survive the ordeal, we will have no more leads to pursue. This will surely mark our final mission.
You know, I've been trying to keep from dwelling, but I can't help but think of Grius. Sorry to bring that up now.
Even I have my fears. But let us remember him only by his truest wish.
We'll make sure this succeeds. For a world without tyrants.
Well, see you at the show.
So begins our last mission, then. Let's get whatever we need to prepare and head over to the Opera House.
This is gonna go terribly. I can predict it. Alright, finally settled the score with Luis. Yeah, oh yeah, totally believable, guys. Totally believable.
Alright then.
Alrighty, so today is the discount day, so I don't really think there's anything I want to buy. I was thinking about this, actually. Pretty content with all the stuff we have at this moment, so I think we'll just go to the Opera House at this point.
Check this out.
Alrighty, time to wait until the festival. Alright. I kind of like it. It's kind of like a Sly Cooper-esque. Make sure your equipment's where you want it. Okay, so you know what that means? That means we're going to go into a battle right away. And I'm pretty happy with everything where everything is at this point, so I think we just go. But that pretty much means we're going to be facing someone right away.
All right.
Kind of adds to that canon, the canon I've set up that Yufa and the protagonist are kind of together. You know what I mean? You think there'd be any gold beetles inside this place? Probably not, right? I wouldn't think so, but then again, I haven't found like any, so it's very possible that I've just missed out on one. All these doors are locked, which tells me I think this actually maybe is the dungeon itself, because once shit hits the fan, as they say, I feel like we're gonna be running through here facing mobs and everything. I got a Hero's Leaf of Light for all that. I was pretty much, I had a feeling that was just a bunch of quests to give stuff to people, so I gave it to everybody. And then by the time I finished the quest line, it was just a Leaf of Light.
What now?
I'm not complaining, but it's like, that's really it. Alrighty, enough of that. We can go to the chandelier now. Let's go see Louis kill him, apparently. Definitely gonna happen, by the way.
We've done it!
Ready?
Also, for reference, I was walking around this area like a dungeon because obviously I have my weapon out and I can attack stuff.
Now.
Oh, I thought Batlin was the person who was in the hood talking to Luis, because we don't know who that is.
Take a look.
That could be Juna for all we know. Guards backstage? Wait, what? Oh shit, this is alright. We gotta start attacking stuff. Get out of the way, puppers.
Yeah, nice
Ah, let's see what was in the chest. Something good, I hope.
You're so lucky.
Emeralds. It's fine. I'm kind of at the point now where I don't actually need more reeves, so for me, I kind of want items. I want items, I want weapons. I probably want mag too, just because some of the level 4 archetypes are really expensive, like 40,000 mag, and then we have to like inherit skills and stuff, so it's not easy.
What do you think you're doing?
What poor excuses for intruders? Yeah, I don't think so.
I want to say.
I moved the. Here I go. Come soft now.
Alrighty, so we leveled up leveled up off that fight. That was a word salad in a half. Now we have access to the roof. Excellent. I actually don't want to go to the roof yet. What? What are you doing? I still want to explore. Whatever. God damn it, I was doing stuff.
Well, now this is unbelievable! Sanctifex Forden's relic appears to be a colossal chalice. I'm told it's believed to be an ancient artifact called a Holy Grail. Truly, a relic to put all others to shame.
The pagans looted this from the church's vaults in antiquity. God, in his omniscience, is said to have imbued it with his essence, giving it the power to make wishes come true.
And how did such a glorious relic come into your hands?
We simply preached his holy works and spread the teachings. Mutual dialogue was what won the day. Through guided prayer, anyone can be saved, and we may see God's blessing in all things.
Just incredible. But if anyone could do it, it's Sanctifex Forden.
I think it's obvious whose win it is.
I suppose that marks His Eminence Forden as the sole winner. Even to an amateur's eye, no other relic could compete.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Sanctifex Forden. Now, continuing on.
Wait, Forden was last to present? That's not right. You've not seen Luis yet, or the island team.
Is there an issue?
No. I think we're finally having a show end without incident. After all, these were originally Sanctus relics anyway.
Well, it looks like that's all the divine relics our candidates found across the land. The top-ranking faces will be announced during tomorrow's festivities. And now, it is my distinct honor to present a one-act opera for a Saint's Eve to remember. Please, join me in welcoming the diva herself, Juna, for a performance of the opera's opening piece. Ladies and gents, enjoy!
Well, Luis, rumor has it you found yourself quite a relic. Then why are you so reluctant to present it? No matter. The race's outcome is beyond your meddling now. Victory is mine.
How stupid is this guy? Like, he is so dumb. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you ever think you had this in the clear? Knowing Luis, you know? It's like the biggest pile of copium ever. Wow, it's so pretty.
Finally.
Is this the Persona 3 Reload Awakening? Full moon on top of a tower?
We're here. I think we can get down onto that massive chandelier hanging from the ceiling.
Our escape route is secure. We should be able to flee undetected.
Good. Everything's going according to plan so far, but time's running out. From here on, it's all up to him.
All will be fine.
Okay. It's finally time to end this. Juna's song is about to start.
From my fingertip flies a butterfly, how it pines for the moon up high. Fire calls its name, fly to the flame, burning as free as it can be. Out there, deep and dark in the valley mid.
Focus. You can only get one shot at this.
Fearing in my soul what I can't control. I can't close my eyes to the sunrise. From the shadow of the dark, fingers brush my neck with a remark. Oh, anguish traveler, my name is thine, and thou art I. Like the wind, shine through darkest night. Oh, never stray. Trust your eyes to steer you right. Trembling finger hold fast to my dream. Dawn will break now. Reach out to We got him, right?
Hey, the lance! Hurry!
What's going on? Is there something blocking it?
Ladies and gentlemen, what an honor! That was our kingdom's lovely songstress, Juna. Moving right along.
It didn't work. Come back.
Hail!
Okay, I have a theory. You see how there was like an aura around Luis there? Like he had like a weird it was like a skin. I think it was a doppelganger, or I think it was like a clone, or something. I don't think we killed him. I don't even think that was him. Alrighty, time to get out of here. I think we've all had enough fun at the Opera House, even though it is quite beautiful. Oh, there's Heisme. Alright, Heisme, get us out of here.
Why do you dawdle? Did you get him?
We do not know why, but the lance.
Should we withdraw to retrieve it? Or make our escape?
Lost a lance? Perhaps it's this one. At last your allegiance is laid bare. And if this lance wounded me, then I take it the one you provided me was a mere imitation. If you know what the lance is capable of, then surely you understand the situation. Your last hope is gone.
No!
It seems a shame to kill you, but I'm afraid you've gone too far. I have no intention of surrendering, nor of wavering in my convictions. That being said, you truly have impressed me. I will allow you some final words, if you have any.
Say it!
I see your performance has come to an end, Juna.
Yes, the curtain falls. I'm no longer your songbird to keep caged.
So, you too stood with them.
Come on. He's ready to listen, so say it. You know there's something he needs to hear.
The duel.
Luis, I challenge you to a duel.
Ah, the very words I was waiting for. You really have done your research. In truth, I intended from the start to entertain such a challenge. I confess, it's Been a long time. Perhaps a real contest is what I've craved. This competition is little more than child's play. So be it. It has been a long time indeed since anyone drew my blood. I will end your life with my own hands.
Then it's to be a direct confrontation after all. As though it was fate all along.
A duel makes the king's magic powerless, which means this trinket is no longer necessary. Then state your name. How do you declare yourself?
King in my stead. Wait, what does king in my stead mean? Does that mean like I'm king in your stead? Let's just see what happens.
I am the hero. The one who will end your reign.
A fine answer. Across every age, wherever there is a throne, there is a carpet stained red beneath it. My name is Louis Guilburn. I am the rightful king, he who will forge anew this unworthy country into a utopia. Attack in any number, wield any weapons. But fight with your very lives. If you live by a creed, show me its strength.
Fuck me, okay, we're actually fighting him. Oh shit. Alright, let's think about who we want in my party. Obviously me, definitely Hulkenberg for the buffs. Put her in the front row. Keep in the back row, actually. I don't think I want maybe Stroll for the healing, but then again, I have healing items. Izme for sure because of the evasion. And I actually don't think Yufa for this fight. I think we take Juna. So myself, Hulkenberg, Stroll, or myself, Izme, Hulkenberg, and Juna. That sounds pretty good.
Go ahead. Have at me. An attempt on the life of Louis Guilburn is a folly most cannot afford.
Oh, I see.
We've come this far. Let's fight with all we have, Captain.
So we wounded him.
Luis, I will make an end of you here.
I should expect no less by a duel's code.
So be it.
Allow me to even the score.
This is our mission. We'll see justice done. Hear it now.
Alright, level 55. No trinkets, or no treasure. Looks pretty badass up there, I'll give it to him. Okay, so I'm gonna go really defensive so I can figure out his abilities. So let's start with quick change. I'm gonna use some of these evil eye talismans because they pretty much debilitate as an item, so we'll start whacking him with some of these.
What's wrong?
Okay, so we're nice and buffed up, so we'll see what type of attacks he uses.
Witness.
That's not that bad.
Come, accept my challenge.
Okay, it's not great. Ouch. That wasn't that bad. Never mind. We might just be able to kill him. He's pretty tanky. He is definitely tanky. I just want to see how much damage I would do. He's definitely tanky. How does he keep going for Juna? Keeps going for Juna and myself. Stop debuffing me, you little dick.
Now, witness. I strike. I strike.
This guy is obsessed with me. Fuck off. He's only attacking me. Maybe I can use that to my advantage, though. I kind of just want a YOLO attack. I just want to see if... I doubt this will kill him, but... It didn't kill him, but it's pretty close, so we should be able to kill him next turn. Going for Juna, too. Go away. Nice. Good miss, Juna. Holy shit, critical too.
I underestimated you.
8,600 XP, I'll take it. I bet you could probably do that fight without taking any damage. If you get lucky with the evasion. Not to be anticlimactic, but we got a new skill with Stroll and the Savior, Medicall, which is pretty much just a better Medica, so that's good.
Lord Luis, do not interfere. Oh. You falter even now. Not enough, I'm afraid.
Lord Luis!
A fine blow. You've surprised me. But why? Why are you so intent on killing me?
You of all people should know the answer.
I see now. You were the intruders looking for the formula, I take it. And yet, you have achieved nothing.
What do you mean?
Did we do it?
Lord Luis?
At long last, 'tis done. We have brought him to justice. The great, untouchable traitor, Luis Guillaburn, is dead.
Apologies. Things fell apart at the end, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Even so, the outcome is the same. We could not have triumphed without everyone here.
Wait! It's good that we got him and all, but the lance...
Yes! It went down with him!
This looks dire. He's fallen in the middle of the stage.
If Forden spies Luis's body run through with a lance, he'll realize its power in an instant.
Even should we save the prince, we'll regret it if Forden ends up with the lance. Yufa, can you call it up?
No. Too late for that. It's already in the middle of the crowd. If we call it up and take it with no explanation, everyone will think us thieves.
What? Who gives a fuck? Just grab it. Stroll, you stupid.
Then what do you propose?
First, we need to establish that the lance is ours. Our offering for the ceremony. We'll have to take the stage and announce that ourselves.
Please wait. Do we reveal that we are the ones who slew Luis? Can we afford to declare that openly? We'd be telling your supporters you deceived them and your master both.
She's right! The audience has no idea what's going on! We'll just look like the bad guys.
It's okay. We set out to kill Luis, and the deed is done. Our only failure is in the spectacle we made of it. For now, we need to think of a way to get the audience to see our side.
You want to win their sympathy? What are you even planning to say?
I don't know, but we have to get on stage, now. If we don't explain ourselves fast, we'll never get a chance to.
Wait a minute! Hey!
I am so confused.
I know that face. Was that Luis? Someone go and see to him. Is he truly dead?
Allow me.
Lord Luis, no. He's dead. He's gone.
Your Eminence, this was found off stage. Judging by his wounds, this must have been the murder weapon.
The lance? Is this the divine relic he sent his subordinates after?
His eyes are sightless. His heart beats no more. The man is dead, without question.
You're absolutely certain?
I checked him thrice over. There can be no more doubt.
Luis, dead? And that can only mean this lance can pierce the barrier of the king's magic.
I apologize for the grotesque display interrupting tonight's performance. We are tardy in arrival, but the lance you hold is our offering to the ceremony.
What? You claim this lance? You mean to say you were the ones who did the deed?
Yes. It is as you say.
God above! How do you justify this?
Years ago, Luis ordered my hometown destroyed. Hulkenberg, our ally before you, was herself a royal guard in service to his late highness. Even the songstress, Juna, aided us on several occasions. Above all else, we are a group who came together to try Luis for his crimes, traitor and kingslayer both. And to do that, we had to enter his company. We took no joy in disguising our true intentions, not from your eminence, nor the people. But today, finally, we have seen justice done. Luis has paid for his sins. And at last, at long last, my parents can rest in peace.
I had not realized you were such an actor. Or do you truly weep?
It's just hitting me now. We finally won.
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please.
That explains why the songstress was so often with Luis, as well as these brave misfits.
I understand. It all makes sense now. I had wondered why a member of the Prince's own guard would fall in with Luis. You have done well to execute the rebel. I am sure that His late Majesty and His Highness must be pleased. And of course, the Sanctus Church recognizes your divine relic. Now we shall greet tomorrow's festivities with fresh peace in our hearts.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
You must be the Lady Hulkenberg. The day His Highness was attacked, I heard you fought harder than any other. Your blade even struck the back of the blackguard who did it. Of all his defenders, you came closest to avenging the Prince. But where you faltered then, you triumphed today. In form and heart, you are a true knight. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. You honor me greatly, Your Eminence.
Now, this lance. The Sanctus Church will confiscate it for now. A lance capable of killing the tournament's candidates would only sow panic and chaos.
Yes. As you wish. We brought it as an offering anyway.
Indeed. You may step down now.
Think you can just walk away, do ya? You owe us a moment or three.
5? Who the hell's in front of me? Except for Forden. Obviously Forden, but who the hell would be in front of me? I killed Luis. I can't believe we actually killed him. I can't believe it. I definitely thought Luis was gonna, like, deflect it or something and, like, pierce somebody else. I was wrong. I was just wrong.
So you lot were working against us from the start. And you right along with them, Lady Juna.
What was your motive? Why did you kill Lord Luis?
If this was truly a matter of justice and not simply petty revenge, then we owe it to them to explain why we have taken their guiding force. They deserve that much. Captain, do you not agree?
All right. It's time for the truth.
I am sorry if I'm overstepping my mark. I know I'm but the latest to become your ally, but...
No, you speak the truth. We have sought to save the rightful heir to the throne. To break the curse afflicting His Highness the Prince.
What's that? The Prince? He's dead, mate. Wait, he is dead, isn't he?
He's dead, all right. You lot will need a better story than that if you don't want to get cut open where you stand.
He had to be declared dead in order to protect him. Though he lives, he is bedridden, cursed by magic.
And the only way left to undo that curse was to kill Luis.
Those of us who wanted the prince restored formed a secret faction. And I was a spy in its service, trying to find out if we had any option beyond murder.
I cannot expect you to understand all this immediately. However...
You did this for the prince! His father, the king, was a coward! Puppet of Forden! It was because of him that this country rotted from the inside! And for his son! For his bloody, useless corpse of a son! What made you think his life was worth more than Count Luis?
Worth more? I thought you two hated when people tell you any life weighs more than another.
I myself have never met His Highness, nor do I know what sort of person he is. But I want to see the future these people believe in.
Despite our many differences of tribe and status, we still banded together. Through them, I saw the possibility of a world united.
Besides, when Luis talked about burning down my island, I thought I saw the shock and despair on your faces too.
Look, you two. Was Luis really a master worth your trust? I think it's worth listening to your hearts now. Even the doubts. I know we'd be happy to have you.
Hold a moment. These two were Luis's right-hand men. I would advise against this.
No, their hearts are as loyal as any of ours. They but served another master.
Lady Juna. I guess you really were watching out for us. More than we ever knew. I couldn't protect Basilio when it mattered most. They put him through so much for their sodden igniter experiments, and now protecting him's all I've got.
Del.
Maybe it is time to step back. Get away from this bloody business. I guess this was all it took. Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for, but I suppose it was the kind that doesn't feel right after you wake. So, we're drifters now. Maybe we'll open up that restaurant after all, eh? We'll see you around, Lady Juna.
Look, I'm not the smart one, you lot know that, so I don't know whether to punch you or thank you. I've never been this confused in all my life. Damn it, I just don't get it. Damn it. Oh, Del, wait! Don't you wander off like that? You mean all that about the restaurant, yeah?
Never could say what you were feeling. I'm sorry this was all I could do.
Ah, Captain, let us tarry no more. We must check His Highness's condition.
Yes, you're right! That should have lifted the curse! What's going on? The cursed thorns haven't disappeared.
But the caster is dead. Forden and his guard were sure to check Luis's body.
Calm down, everyone. We don't want to yell about this in public. Let's go back to the inn for now.
His Highness still suffers under the curse. But Luis is dead. I cannot fathom it.
Maybe we killed a fake. Like his body double. Or something.
No. There's no way that wasn't Luis. We couldn't fight him in person and still be mistaken.
And Luis would have nothing to gain from faking his death, surely. After all, it put the lance in Forden's hands.
Knowing all that, might the curse have been cast by someone else entirely?
But that would mean... we killed an innocent person, wouldn't it?
That bastard was no innocent. He destroyed my home. He murdered the king. And...
True enough, old boy. But that's not why we were out to kill the chap, eh?
Oh, it's that person. It's the person who reported to Luis. In the robe. Who's the person in the robe? Is it one of us?
He said it himself. That killing him accomplished nothing.
Is it really true?
Yet he had the formula for the curse in his possession. Surely that marks his guilt?
Even so, there remains a modicum of doubt in the matter. Perhaps Luis was researching the curse for another reason. If he was framed, it is possible he aimed to clear his name.
What? You just bringing this up now? I don't remember any of that. Are you really gonna tell me Luis was... Okay, wasn't innocent, but, you know.
But if it wasn't Luis, who else could have...
That night, His Highness the Prince was already fleeing when I arrived at the scene. I encountered the assailant as I sought to protect His Highness. I pursued and slashed across their back.
Right. I remember Forden mentioned something about that. Is there anything else you can remember?
Fie! No, I can recall nothing else. No other clues. Yet... no. 'Tis odd.
How would Forden know?
I believe this is the first time I have recounted the particulars to anyone.
How would Forden know? I was just about to say, how did he know you slashed him?
I told the investigators only that I failed to capture the culprit. The shame of my failure kept me silent on the rest.
What? But just earlier, Forden said...
Yes, he told a story that none but the culprit could attest to. How does Forden know?
Maybe he heard it from the culprit?
If so, then Forden could be one of the conspirators behind the attack, or perhaps solely responsible for it.
I say, you don't think Forden is the mastermind behind this whole blasted to-do? You do realize he's the sanctifex of the entire dashed Sanctus Church?
Nay, but that does not make it impossible. It wasn't long after the prince's passing that His Majesty named Sanctism the state religion. If not for the matter concerning the king's magic, Forden's claim to the throne would have been unshakable.
Is Forden like Palpatine? He's that with it? That'd be kind of crazy.
Sounds like motive enough to want the prince gone.
We have to find out, even if it's remotely possible. Let's question Forden in person at the main festival tomorrow.
We'll need that divine lance back, too. It's not something we want in Forden's hands, especially now.
Hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister. She's bound to be somewhere in the city for the Saints' Day festivities. Sister, I should explain. All that fuss today was... well...
Is it safe for you to come to such a public place?
What? No, it's fine. It's not like we caused a riot or anything. We even explained ourselves to Forden's satisfaction. Actually...
That's not what I meant. You're the songstress, remember?
Yes. Suppose you're right.
I know we talked before about the loophole in the king's protective magic, but I never thought you would be the one to strike Luis down. And that lance you presented... I take it that's why you went to Virga Island.
We didn't mean for it to be such a spectacle. It didn't exactly go according to plan, but at least we kept a tyrant off the throne.
And that's why I was wondering if I could ask you something. About Sanctifex Forden. What kind of man he really is.
Because, well, now that Luis is out of the picture, we know who's got the best chance. A man as powerful as him, well, you know how it is. You hear all kinds of nasty rumors swirling about. I'm just wondering if there's any truth to them.
Tuna, are you seriously trying to dig up dirt on Sanctifex Forden? On Saints' Day of all days?
Oh, loosen up a bit. You can't deny that people talk, and God knows they always have. Especially about the night of the attack. Asking how anyone could sneak into the castle, let alone get to the prince. Whether some official ordered the assassination. Remember when those rumors started? Father was on edge for days. I remember even when I hadn't said anything, he'd scold me and send me away. I don't suppose you ever heard if there was any truth to that. sorry. I don't mean to dance around it, so... It's just not an easy thing to ask about. I was talking with one of our allies, Hulkenberg. She said Forden mentioned something he couldn't have known, unless he was actually there, the night of the attack. Unlikely as it is, if it turns out Forden was involved, she won't suffer him being crowned. She'll be out for vengeance. And you're the eldest daughter of House Cygnus, a Sanctist family. The people would see you as an accomplice to a man who had a hand in killing the royals. I couldn't bear to let that happen. You don't deserve that. I need to know the truth.
Then, suppose His Eminence Forden were guilty of such sin. What would you do with him? With the Sanctus Church?
What do you mean?
Well, I was but a girl of only 12 years. I knew nothing about the inner workings of the crown theocracy.
Sister? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm fine. If a tad overworked. All these new developments and tragic events. I'm just run a little ragged, that's all.
Sister!
I'll be fine. Really. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. If I am to be the people's saint, I must be strong enough to play the part. Maybe I'll hold off on the harder drinks today, just to be safe. It's been a long time since we could spend some simple time together like this. It's like we're just two sisters visiting Montario for the holiday. I'll see you again soon.
Rest.
Yeah, something tells me Forden's not going to tell me anything either, so I'm not really sure why we're going to get any reaction out of him. Okay, so I have a few theories. Let's start with theory 1, the obvious one, that Forden was involved. I think that's kind of like a guaranteed at this point. And I guess theory 2 is that Luis actually isn't dead. That's like a counterfeit, because why was that Luis fight seemed really easy, didn't it? Like, he was barely attacking. He was doing like no damage. He was also like 7 levels ahead of me, so I don't really know how I struggled with the Goop Tauros more than I did Luis, but that was a little surprising, I have to say. Yeah, I do think Rella's hiding something. I also think Rella's sick. She probably has like a magla sickness or something. Okay, I think what we know for sure is that Forden's not a good guy.
Now, let's get this year's Saints' Day Festival of Montario underway. We will begin with a few words from His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden.
Looks like Dracodios hasn't left his side.
Today is a day of great celebration. A day to offer up our thanks to God. But first, an announcement. Luis is dead. The royal family's murderer has been put to justice. Now much of the kingdom's trust lies with me. Even this king-defying lance is safe in my hands. I would not see further bloodshed in endless, futile conflict. Is it not past time for reconciliation and open dialogue as a newly forged nation?
He's talking as if the race is already over. What about deciding the winner?
All but a formality now, isn't it? His Eminence has the overwhelming majority on his side. Better to establish peace now and crown Sanctifex Forden.
No. He would end the tournament here and now.
So he's just going to call the race while he's ahead? How convenient.
I think I'll do that. Can I do that when I go into politics?
But the throne's decided by the king, not this tournament.
Forden only had to abide by that when he had Luis to compete with. If he ends this while he's this far ahead, we won't be able to reverse it.
Oi! The game's not over yet, you cocky bastard! We only seek to submit to the will of the people. Though you would be wise to quit the race with all speed.
Forden for the throne! Then we will finally have peace!
Hail His Majesty Forden! Long live His Majesty Forden!
Damn him. The people already believe him the victor. Tournament won or no, his dominance will soon be unshakable.
Let's go. We reclaim the lance, now!
Now?
Are you out of your mind?
If he's going to keep it close to hand, we'll never have a chance to swap it out. We'll have to take it by force.
Isn't it too dangerous?
Better we risk danger than inaction. If we miss this chance, we may never get another.
So you were after this lance all along? Loyalists indeed. How many more candidates must die by your hand?
His magla is horrific, distorted. It's sickening.
What did you? How dare you, you pagan wretch! You would steal this holy lance for your own vile ends. That alone is treason against the kingdom, you filthy assassins.
This guy has no charm or charisma. Like, Luis was just better than him. Like, he's really getting mad at one little comment from Yufa.
Assassins. Then we're in good company. That night, you were the one behind the attack on His Royal Highness. You framed Luis for your crime and banished him from the palace. Do you deny it?
Precisely the sort of baseless claims I'd expect from desperate sinners.
Baseless, is it? In that case, shall we produce proof of your treason?
You waste your breath. What do your words matter now? The royal family is gone. Luis is dead. Only I remain. And only I am fit for the throne.
You vile traitor!
You call His Eminence a traitor? Preposterous! The Sanctifex is incapable of such deeds!
Your Majesty Forden, punishment to the disloyal. Charge these ruffians with your divine lance!
Behold, the flock has spoken. Those who defy me are to be executed. Before you die, know that I am in your debt for killing Luis and handing me the crown.
Del, what the hell's going on? I thought the prince's curse was supposed to be off.
It's clearly not. The prince's assassination, the whole lot. It was all the Sanctists. It was all that bastard pulling the strings from the start. Wait, is that?
Oh my god.
You, identify yourself. Who are you?
We're at a festival. Should we not be festive? Oh. I've come to meet you, Forden.
Luis? Impossible. How could you have survived? Not that it matters. It falls to me to finish the job, then. Coming here sealed your fate. Hell awaits, and this time I'll make sure you stay there. Face your divine punishment, Luis! But why?
It appears your sins outweigh mine.
What have you done?
That lance is counterfeit, just like you. This is the true lance.
You snake, Luis.
What?
Did he just kill Sanctifex Forden?
Okay, I kind of called it though, didn't I? Because that fight with Luis was way too easy, and I still think... I don't know who took the bullet, or like took the lance, but that wasn't Luis. I don't think it was.
No. Impossible.
Nothing to see here.
The festival is cancelled! Cancelled!
Del, Lord Luis is alive. What's going on?
Good people, you have heard the truth with your own ears. Forden was the vile mastermind behind the prince's assassination. For casting his sins upon me, for seeking to usurp the throne, I have passed due judgment. A tainted Sanctifex is unfit to rule. What's the matter? You seem lost for words.
You came back to life?
You believe me resurrected? Even if I could defy death, I care nothing for the prospect.
Then how? How are you alive? Forden's own attendant confirmed your death.
Forden's attendant? You mean that fellow?
No.
What?
Zorba?
Are you fucking kidding me? Zorba?
Back at the Grand Cathedral, I ordered the dead to recover my body if the need arose.
I'd always intended for Forden to die by my hand. And the first step in his downfall was Zorba's infiltration.
Impossible. The lance pierced you through your very breastplate!
It did indeed. And frankly, I'm still impressed. Few could land such a decisive blow against me. But I'm afraid fate was on my side, not yours.
Mortal anatomy is my speciality. I knew at first glance that the wound was deep, but the heart was intact. Lord Luis is destined for far greater than this, so I devised a plan. I would proclaim his death and deceive both Forden and his flock. After that, it was simply a matter of magically regenerating his flesh overnight. Only a fool would expect him to die in such a place.
I could have emerged as soon as I'd healed. But where's the theater in that? Today is a day of celebration. The least I could do is offer a fitting death out of mercy.
Why do you have the real lance? Wasn't it supposed to have gone to Forden?
Wee bit slow on the uptake, eh? I just told you, I was present for the inspection. It was hardly a difficult task to swap out your counterfeit.
So you knew the truth of it? No. Have you always been ahead of us, ever since the moment we thought Zorba dead?
A holy lance, a convincing prop. What does it matter? Had I truly died, it would simply indicate that I was never fit for my ambitions. Power is the only true arbiter. Behold the proof. Forden lies dead, and the lance is in my hand, just as planned.
You let us do as we pleased, even knowing the risks. You're insane!
Indulge me a question. You stole the magic formula from me. Surely you soon learned that it was useless. That's why you then resorted to killing the caster. You were desperate to lift the spell. Is that not so? In other words, the curse's victim still draws breath. For that reason, you sought to kill me even amidst this competition, even with the difficulty of the king's magic in your way. So, His Venerable Highness the Prince survived. Where is he? Speak or die.
Please, spare us! No! Stop! Leave them be!
How quickly the Sanctus break rank and flee. Their flock left to die. This is Sanctism.
No! Stop him!
Don't!
Out of the way!
What?
Why?
Go! Run!
Come now.
Thank you. You protect them. Yet what value do they have to you?
It's not that! This is just wrong! It's wrong, me lords!
I see. So even you two have faltered.
Fantazio! Hey! Wake up!
I get it now. Only fair thing in this world is power. With it, you can take whatever you want in this life. Or so I thought.
Tell.
But you know, if all the weak get left behind, who's left to protect them? I've been an idiot. Sorry about that.
Stop talking, Del.
I see it, you know. Our little diner. Music in the air. It's grand. Look after Lady Juna.
Huh? Hey. Del? Del!
Pitiful. See what Brotherhood earned them.
I fully guessed it. Okay, I didn't fully guess it, but my guess was pretty good. And I don't think Basilio is going to be very happy about this one.
Lord Luis, that's what it all comes down to for you, yeah? The strong are right, the weak are wrong. Doesn't matter what you were born into, there's fairness in that. We saw you as our hope. We thought that if you had a proper strong fella on top, he'd be able to put a stop to all the meaningless discrimination. But we had it wrong. You're no ray of hope. It doesn't matter to you. Killing anyone, it doesn't make you feel unclean. You're the kind of cold-blooded bastards we hate more than anything!
Do not concern yourself with this peon, Lord Luis. With my newfound power, I shall tear them limb from limb.
This way! Guards, hurry!
Step aside. You have important work to do.
Hey! Seize the criminals who murdered His Eminence!
We didn't do it, but we should probably still run. Basilio, come with us!
Shut up! What about Del? You saw what that bastard did to him!
I will not let you die in vain. Your brother didn't do this so you could get yourself killed. For now, please flee with us.
Shite!
Come, make haste.
Good stuff, good stuff. What a great story.
Oh, welcome back.
It went about as well as could be expected. We wanted something nicer for his grave, but they told us something like that's reserved for Sanctus tradition.
You can expect little else in Altabury. I apologize for not being present.
We've just gotten ourselves out of the public eye. If we had gone as a group, worst case, we'd have been turned in.
I wish we could have mourned him at his home. It had to happen in the lap of the Sanctus Church of all places. I hear the Parapists typically prefer a more joyful send-off, with singing and celebration.
It's alright. Us soldier kids could never afford to be too picky. Telling you he couldn't choose where to snuff it. The fact that you were there, Lady Juna, that's enough for us.
Basilio.
Best to leave him be for a while. He's just lost the only family he had.
By the way, have you checked the Farsight mirror? The curse might be...
Unfortunately, it still hasn't lifted. Guess that means it was someone other than Forden after all.
But Forden brazenly admitted that he had been the mastermind. Luis was innocent of that crime, at least.
Someone must have cast it at Forden's command. Unless we can find and kill them in time... Damn it all!
We've more pressing problems at hand, don't we? Now Luis knows the prince is alive. Surely that's far from ideal.
The village is deep in the forest. It's not an easy place to find, even if you're looking. Going to the prince's side could be dangerous, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But even if we sought the real culprit, we no longer have any leads to follow.
If I might make a suggestion, perhaps we should visit my sister again. She may have some insight on the Sanctus Church's past, but that's tomorrow's concern. As for tonight, we could all use some time to rest our hearts and minds.
Oh, look at you, kid. You look near dead yourself.
Tell? What?
Seems you made it out in one piece, though.
Are you alive? But back there, you... Don't tell me you pulled some bloody trick. Just like Luis. Bloody hell, Tell. I thought I...
Basilio, sorry. From here on, you're taking the lead.
But why? I can't without you. Tell, I only made it this far because I followed you.
Don't give me that. You're the strong one. Me, I never knew where I was going. Basilio, protect the weak. Swear you'll do it, not for me, but for yourself. If you can do that, I'll always be with you.
Tell...
Don't give me that look. Well, this one's goodbye for now. You ready? Let's hear it, Basilio. You fight. But why?
O Lodestar, ye grief-racked brother, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
Not really a choice. It's back to the starting line. This time I'll lead. Ardell entrusted me with this chance. I've got to show him I've got this.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. Awaken!
See you around, Del.
Thank goodness! You're finally awake! You were passed out! Don't scare me like that! Not that I can blame you. After all that's happened.
Sir Basilio, there's magla flowing through him. I think it's the same as our power.
It's you lot. From before.
They want to pay their respects for Fidelio.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Del. Funny, innit? Maybe this world's not so bad. Thanks.
Damn, that got me a little bit emotional. Basilio the Bruiser. I pretty much called it perfectly. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, you fucking looked ahead, or you spoiled yourself, or insert thing here, but I actually didn't. I just kind of guessed, because, I mean, the brothers were with us for so long, they were pretty much like part of the party at this point anyway. The badass Bruiser.
By God, what in the world is that, lads? It struck down Sanctifex Forden right before our eyes. That's supposed to be impossible.
And Luis made sure it was a bloody spectacle, before an audience even. The bastard is making sport of it.
We must devise a plan. Otherwise, even if Luis does not sway our supporters, they may lose faith in the church.
Before all else, we must choose a successor. But they need not share Forden's strength.
I have brought her here.
You requested an audience? Assembled lords?
Rella, we must ask your support. Let me be direct. We would like you to enter the tournament as a formal successor to His Eminence Sanctifex Forden.
This girl? She is your plan?
Have you gone mad? I reject this proposal. If anyone is to succeed His Eminence, it should be me, as his trusted right hand.
See sense. Strength alone means nothing. And without that, you have nothing worthy of the people's loyalty.
Rella, will you not speak? Surely you feel what they ask of you is beyond your station.
Well, that is...
You are wise beyond your years, Rella. Surely you understand. What the lost children need now is not a righteous avenger, but a refuge from their fears. The people would flock to a saint who dwells among her people. Already many would rejoice to see you rule as queen. Rella, will you answer their call?
This is all rather sudden.
Of course, you would have our full support. Naturally, we will make arrangements so that the tournament's next round turns in your favor.
Even so, I am unfit to be queen.
Allow me to clarify. This is not exactly a request. Would you rather have that tyrant Luis become king?
Well...
Hey, sounds like we've got big news. I just heard from the pack of Sanctists. I figured they'd shove someone up to take Forden's place. But where it is, it'll be Saint Rella. Gonna be an announcement tomorrow.
The mourning for Forden's barely started, and they're already lining up his successor. And Rella, at that. Going for popularity over power, it seems.
They're getting careless. Though, thinking about it, maybe it's a smarter choice than it seems.
But, say Saint Rella wins against Louise, becomes proper queen and all gets to do what she wants. Doesn't that tidy this whole thing right up?
No, this can't be her own decision. Just the idea of being queen would put her stomach in knots.
The politicians must be trying to make her their puppet. Perhaps it was an order she could not refuse.
This isn't good. Probably not the best time to talk to her either.
But that's got to mean they're keeping the tournament going, right? Then they'll probably announce the next challenge once Rella's candidacy goes public.
Either way, I don't like it. This is all escalating too fast for my tastes. All the support Forden had campaigned for will likely just go straight to Rella with hardly a dent. If Louise and the Sanctus Church are trying to reclaim the status quo as the two pillars of government, that'll be a tough lead to shake. After all, just lifting the curse isn't going to be enough to restore the prince to the throne.
Indeed. Louise versus Rella. Frontrunner and runner-up, with no ties to the royal family between them. Everyone will see plain that popularity's eclipsed royal right. His Highness himself will have to win this battle on the faith of the people, or his claim to the crown will never be acknowledged.
Besides which, Luis now knows that His Highness lives. His whereabouts have not been discovered, but the Kingslayer will take up the hunt.
So many obstacles. What do we do?
Well, I know one way to keep a VIP protected. A classic tactic, really. The military does it all the time. We use a body double. You're supposed to be a dead ringer for the prince, yeah?
You mean he pretends to be the prince? That's absurd. You realize it's a capital offense to impersonate royalty.
I'm in. As long as they don't find out.
You can't just casually drop an "I'm in" on this.
I'm in, bro. I do look like the prince, though. It's true.
Ardell was right about you being mental. I think we could pull it off, though. The prince has been gone ages. Nobody's in a position to point out differences.
Wait, just think about this. He's Elda, the royal family's Clamar, and have been for generations. His appearance would be the least of our worries.
If I may. His Highness the Prince lacks the Clamar horns. Some rumors suggested 'twas not some miraculous feature of the prince alone, but a mark of Elden blood. I've heard no confirmation either way myself, but at the very least, 'tis a tale any aristocrat is bound to have heard in passing.
In other words, with an elder claiming the prince's name and a known royal knight to vouchsafe him, we'd have enough plausibility to shake the nobles to their core.
Of course, all this means little, unless our double himself is willing. What say you?
I am the prince. Was that believable?
Even this doesn't get to you? Sometimes I worry about you.
Quiet in the peanut gallery.
Your resolve has been challenged many times over, and never have you strayed. I am humbled once more. I pledge my sword to this gambit.
Good. Then we declare ourselves tomorrow, where this announcement's going to take place. Seems like the optimal place to make sure we're heard.
Right then. Looks like I'll have to give the old girl a polish worthy of a prince. My cue as well. From here on, it's nose to the grindstone until my magnum opus is finished. Can't let the lad be the only one with his life on the line.
Alright, so obviously a lot's happened. Yeah, that was a crazy story segment. That was easily the most intense story segment of the game by far, so far anyway, so. I would say probably I don't think the Basilio twist was that unknown. Probably most people kind of like figured that one was one of the, God, what's her last name again? Basilio, Magnus. Yeah, Magnus. Probably one of the Basilio Magnus people would join us at some point, but honestly, I'm a little scatterbrained just thinking about all that's happened. I think the biggest twist was I genuinely believe Luis died. I really did. Because I thought, oh, okay, Forden's the bad guy. And they were just like, nope. No, he's not. Luis isn't dead. And Zorba. Where the fuck did Zorba come from? My god, that was crazy.
What now?
Now, let's take a look at Basilio's Berserker. I like the look of this, by the way. Berserker. Greatly increased its own attack power and overwhelm enemies with very powerful strike attacks. So, Charge. I love the look of him, by the way. Slam Shatter. Sense of Kinship. War Cry. That's pretty good. And Frenzy. Quite a few synthesis with pretty much everybody we have, so that's nice. Deals extreme physical pierce damage to one enemy and decreases their attack, so triple attack debuff. This also inflicts a one-time weakness to strike, which is pretty cool too. Ignores resistances, wow. He's got some crazy synthesis. These are quite good. And then this is the next class of the Berserker. Powerful Pulverizer and Stormbreaker's Axe. This reduces buff or removes buff effects, which is cool. This is based a little bit more on like magic, it seems. It's medium physical wind damage, so it's a combination of physical and wind. I actually like that, by the way, because it covers both. Revenge Seeker. Health Vessel. Wait. Increased damage of all skills proportional to HP lost. So I think the lower HP he has, the better. Radiant Crusher, it's another ignore resistance. Short range boost. Deals severe physical almighty damage to one enemy, removes stats, status, repel, and strength buff effects on the target. Wow. That's it's pretty crazy. It's pretty good. Anyway, so that's good because I kind of want another strength user. I'd say probably Hulkenberg's our only strength user at the moment because her being a samurai and everything. So I'm quite content with adding another big beefy dude to our repertoire. Doesn't look like we have any gear for him. I probably want to give him lots of strength gear if I had to guess. He's also weak to both light and dark damage, which is kind of shit. That's kind of bad. So I might want to get him... I probably want to give him like a resist to dark or something. Yeah, something like this. Take this off Hulkenberg, I suppose. Probably give her something else. Yeah, I think I'll put this on. Put this on Basilio. Alright, so I'm probably gonna actually end this video because there's been so many story segments, it's probably getting quite long at this point. But before we do that, I want to go see more because we have a quest to turn in. A new archetype. Yes, sir. I have a new archetype for you.
Now why do that? Incredible.
25 different archetypes. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
All right.
Get some imagination. We're pretty close to 5 imagination.
The truth of the matter is...
Do you think Moore's related to the royal family somehow? Because he is a Clamar. I was kind of thinking about that. Like, I think Moore's related to one of the characters. I don't... It could be Luis, for all I know. Especially because Luis isn't dead now, so he has more of a part to play. I'm actually happy about that, by the way. I really didn't want Forden to be the bad guy, because he's such a boring fucking bad guy. He's so short-sighted compared to Luis. Oh!
Now.
New bond for the Seeker.
A new power.
I think this is a level 3 lineage too.
May the truth guide
the Soul Hacker. Wait, what? So the Soul Hacker. Damn, alright. The little Soul Hacker reference. I like it. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Soul Hacker.
This one's important.
I need to strengthen the elite archetype to a rank 20. I feel like I already have that, don't I? Wouldn't it be funny if I just completed Moore's bonds, like, right away? Yeah, I already got it complete, buddy.
Unbelievable. You've truly fulfilled your task? Your abilities know no bounds. Why, it beggars belief. Incredible. Utterly incredible. Incredible.
incredible.
Now then.
It's so nice and more that he gives us so many roots. Oh, demiurgic.
Imagination.
That's it's quite the name.
Why, that...
Wow, he's really gushing this time. Though I'd say you definitely earned it.
It cannot have been an easy journey, full of meetings and partings, trials and joys, all from which you've come to find your own way of life. There must have been many people who have wished, worked, and given themselves for your support. Indeed, you could never have achieved so much alone. I see. If you have come so far with motes of the people's light in your wake, then perhaps I was wrong, and the world is not lost to hope. A strange revelation, but I confess, I do not resent being proven wrong.
And my reward this time is...
Will you not allow me this moment of indulgence? But I suppose that audacity has served you well. Now then, I'd like to present your next task. But, alas, I have none to give. There is nothing more to be done. With this, you have seen our mutual endeavors through to the end. There are two reasons. The first being that my knowledge of archetypes ends here. I have nothing more to teach. You have outpaced me on the path to the ultimate archetype. I believe I have helped you all I can. As for the other reason...
What's wrong? Oh, by the way, did you get that lost memories thing figured out?
Unfortunately, the rest of my memories have not come to me. However, I did arrive at a conclusion of sorts. Why was I confined here? And where in the world is this place? My apologies, but for now, I'll refrain from explaining my conclusion so simply. It could cast a shadow over the archetype's growth. No, more so your own.
What's that supposed to mean?
That you and I met was no coincidence. Everything has been connected from the beginning. If the hypothesis I've reached is correct, my memory will soon return in full, and I will gladly tell you all. Yes, though there is one memory I know for certain, beyond speculation. The reason why I wrote the fantasy novel. I mentioned once that in my youth, I went on a journey. I met many people in my travels, and it is for their sakes that I wrote my tale. As an ideal I hoped to make true.
In your youth? You don't look that old to me. You're talking like this is all way in the past.
Indeed. I suppose I am. I shared my stories with the people I cared for dearly, that we might dream of the same future, and thus strive toward it. I've no idea what became of them, or how they now live, but I'm glad to have remembered them. Their echoes have given me a new goal, crystal clear. Someday I will leave this place behind and reunite with my companions. I'd like to give you some tangible token of my appreciation as well. If we only ever meet in this mind space, I can't give you so much as a single letter.
When that time comes, let's go on our own journey together.
And so our odyssey would continue, Yes, a wonderful idea. Thank you. When we met, I styled myself as your guide. But in truth, I think you guided me just as much. It seems he'd like to show his appreciation too. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad we met.
The scholar in search of utopia, Moore, keeper and heritor of the Seeker's virtues. By the grace of his newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Oh?
Dreams will forever.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a new archetype. Increase an archetype's status bonuses by +3 while channeling it. What does that mean? Archetype status bonuses. Does that mean like agility and stuff? Like that type of crap?
I truly look forward to the day where you master the power of all archetypes and become a hero king. A great unifier of heroic spirits. We will meet again.
Does that mean the ultimate archetype in the game, I have to master every single archetype?
I've been waiting.
I kind of feel like it does, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the Magic Seeker, the Soul Hacker. Learns many skills that restore MP when attacks hit. Oh! Useful for long dungeon runs, you say? Makes support attacks from your comrades happen more easily in overall combat. Seeker's Gale. Recovers MP for each hit. Oh, that's cool. Adventure's Curiosity. Seeker's Flame. Heat Riser. Emerald Vortex. And Soulblade Rider deals severe physical almighty damage. Cyclone, Trial of the Seeker. Trial of the Seeker seems interesting. I mean, it's such a cool looking design too. Alright, cool. I wasn't expecting that to get so deep, but thanks more. There's also this scroll back here, by the way, this Book of the Apocalypse. I bet this is the tough boss of the game after... It's kind of like the Margaret boss or the Satan boss. I have a very strong feeling. Probably New Game Plus only if I had to guess. Which is fine. I would have liked to have it now, but it is what it is. Alright, so we're only missing one archetype now. Or are we? Actually, I think we found every single archetype in the game. So we've discovered everything in essence. Actually, I should say all the lineages, because obviously, for example, I don't have the Faker, I don't have the second class of the Faker, or the second class of the Masked Dancer, but still. Alrighty, with all that being said and done, I think it's a good time to end this one for now. Like I said, a lot's happened, and I'm sure this is quite a long video at this point, but it is what it is, it's all good. This is probably my favorite, yeah, I'd say this is my favorite Archetype, just because it's kind of like an amalgamation, the climax of the second, or maybe the third quarter of the game. Probably the third quarter, if I had to guess. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was quite hectic, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Looking forward to seeing you next time.